Hey YouTube, petey twofinger here. I wanted to say thank you very much today. It's a milestone day. It's 1 million views.
Yay! Beat this. 1 million people saw this crazy daddy's videos.
So yeah, that's 1 million views on this channel. I just looked at it. I've been waiting for this day to celebrate this milestone, and the last time I checked we were close. We were like 985,000, something like that, and here I logged in today because I'm like, I bet you it is, because I know about how fast this moves. And sure enough, watch time 3.1 million minutes, 1.0 million, 1.0. Let me click on that, see if that opens anything up. No, it's 1.0 million views, 1.9K subs, and the estimated revenue is, it says 845.13. So that's over the lifetime of my account since the 10th of May of 2007. I've made under $1,000. It's like 845 bucks. 1 million views. Hooray.
Oh, baby, it's okay.
I breathe warm air on his neck.
Sticky wet. Yes.
He doesn't like being held. He's a little sleepy right now. He was taking a nap, and I have my wife bring him to me to be in the celebration video. Now he's rubbernecking for me to put him down so he can go by the mama. She's sitting right over there. So yeah, 1 million, incredible. So thank you very much. Couldn't have done it without you people clicking on these stupid things. And to the few people who have been there for me and support the channel and comment, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me that it's not just me talking to myself when I make these things. And you've been very supportive in your comments, and I think that just shows that we're kind of basically, when it comes down to it, we're similar types of people. And that's why you do honestly enjoy some of the content that I make. So I will do my best to do a good job bringing, to improve, to make better, more quality content, and be more consistent about doing it. So happy 2019. Again, this is a time when we are focusing on self-improvement. So I hope you thought about it at least. At least that can be good, just thinking about your life and what you could do to make yourself a better person in the eyes of others, or to find some peace if you're a person that's struggling with certain issues in your life. I'm going to put you down, okay?
Do you want to get down, Pete?
Yeah, if he wants to get down. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. He needs to be brushed out. So,
Here, have some treats. It's treats for you.
oh. So yeah, this is me giving myself a virtual treat. When I saw the numbers growing on this thing, I'm thinking, at some point this is going to happen. I'm gonna reach 1 million views, and I certainly didn't think it would take as long as it did, because for a while I had made some videos that had some big views, big numbers on that, and I thought this was going to happen quite sooner rather than later. And then of course YouTube going and changing the rules, and we're not going to monetize like we used to, because when they started doing this, there was just a small amount of people making the content. And they grew it into this thing where you could do well to support yourself just through a YouTube account if you had enough. Now I never played the game smart enough and hard enough. I believe I kind of have what it takes, the technical aspect of knowing about computers, to pull that off and maybe even the personality, but see, that's where I start to falter because I do not have what it takes to appeal to the mainstream. What I like and my deal is not the common man's deal. Okay, I'm a little bit off, and that's not to say I'm weird, so I'm special, I'm good. I could not do what it would take to appeal to the masses, which is something that was like a lot of YouTubers built their channels on, which was like, hey, I'm going to stand here and I got a background and I'm going to tell you that this guy just put out this video and this guy just did this, and over here we got this story, like some kind of a like, hey YouTube, I'm your news guy and I'm going to tell you what's hip and what's not. You know, like that kind of thing where it's not really your content. You're like reporting on everything else. And even like the really big name guy, the Swedish kid, that's kind of, if it wasn't for other YouTubers, what would he be doing? You know? I mean, I guess he did a lot of gaming too. But now it seems to be, you know, meme review, what he's doing. And I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. We can all get along here on YouTube. There's plenty of room for everybody. But not really. Not when everybody that has a guitar and an amp and more than 3 pedals starts opening up their channel. You know, I'm going to be a YouTuber now with, you know, Chucky Beaton's pedal review, you know, and he's got he's got 4 pedals and he doesn't have a clue on how to hook them up properly or gain station. So, like I said, this was not. At first, it was just a place for me to put stuff that I had already made, and then I found out I couldn't put a lot of that stuff there. So I've got a Vimeo that's got a lot of weird stuff on it that was not appropriate for YouTube. Even like Super 8 stuff where we had used Beatles music as the soundtrack that we had done when I was a kid. That's real precious to my heart. Stuff like Sesame Sewer is just a classic. That was my brother and I made that together using Super 8 with my stepbrothers, filming us a gang of kids playing poker, gambling in the sewer system, and the hijinks that they get into. So that was the initial thing, was I've got this exceptional stuff, and then videos that I had made earlier when I was younger in the 90s, working with video cameras. This really amateur, bad, not good quality stuff, but I was a fan of it, and I wanted a place where if I wanted to show someone, I could give them the link and they would click and say, oh, that's really cool, or it's funny, or, you know, look at what you made, that's great. And it went from that to kind of doing some electronic stuff and trying to get maybe serious with that. And real quickly, it seemed like any good idea that I had, someone else took and ran with that. I was having other people kind of watching my channel, and anytime I would do a video, they would do the same thing and try to do it better. And that was tough to deal with. I had some really good ideas that were just taken, and then seeing those like explode with popularity. Frankenstein. There was a lot of stuff that went on that really turned me off to it. And then the fact that this entire business of being a guitar player means one thing, and that's playing up all night to get lucky with your female-fronted band at the bowling alley bar. That's the career, that's the pinnacle of where everyone is spending all this money of tone chasing, talking about tube amps, and then buying the katana. So a lot of bumps in the road, and then, you know, there was a whole year where I did vape content, and that was in order to get me free the little vape boxes to get all that super expensive stuff that I didn't have to pay for it. So here we are many years later, I'm smoke free. The channel went through a lot of different iterances. I got sick in 2016, and that influenced me to create the most popular thing on this channel, which is a series of videos called Acid Casualties. So I can't tell you what's coming. I can't tell you there's going to be more goofy electronic projects, hacking stuff together, because I really I'm not going to stop doing that, although I've done so much of it, and there is so much stuff that I haven't made videos for yet. So maybe I can go back and do that stuff. But it seems that there's no appeal in that. You know, it's like 30 people will click on that stuff, and it's almost not worth the effort for me to put so much into something, work for a whole week, and only have 30 views on it. So, because I've done stuff like that in the past and really tried to knock it out of the park, and then it's like nobody watches it. So, as far as the future goes, I can tell you there will be the electronics and music as it relates to electronic stuff, and there's going to be more music. I'm going to be recording an album now. Thank you so much to Mr. Pink Jimmy Photon for sending me the VG8, and just now he sent me a VG88, a newer unit, modeling processor. So that's going to help me to make my job easier as I go into this new year recording a solo album, my 6th or 7th solo album. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it. I did albums with the family band too. We're up over 10 of those, recording an album, CD full of music. So I can guarantee you we're going to keep going, and there very well may be, everyone is begging and begging and begging and begging for acid casualties, but I can't do that because there aren't any more. I've done them all. So if I can think of another name, Tales from the Rock Side, or something like that, where I do a case study on a musician who crashed and burned, and we could try to learn life lessons through other person's tragedy and suffering. Maybe something like that. I've thought about that because people keep bringing it up, how much they enjoy it, they love acid casualties, and I know these types of stories, I live for that. I love reading stories about rock and rollers who didn't make the right choices and paid the ultimate price, or something corny like that. So who knows what we got for the future. If anyone would like to recommend anything, any kind of ideas, I'm not going to turn anything down. I will definitely consider it. So thank you so much. Petey Twofingers 1 million view spectaculous video event celebrating 1 million. I sold my soul for AdSense dollars, and it wasn't worth it. Didn't even pay for all the gear that I had to invest into this to make these things look and sound halfway decent. So we're taking donations. I don't have a Patreon. Get a hold of me. I'll take your used animals, house pets, cats, especially if they're male, black cats. I will take those as a donation. You can just swing by the ranch and buzz twice on the secret buzzer. And you guys have a safe and happy 2019. I thank you so much. 1 million views. Can you believe it? I can't. It's crazy. It's absolute insanity. 1,000,001. What are you doing still